Hello there! Welcome back to Let's Play KOTOR 2 The Sith Lords. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want, you can share the video, it really helps a lot. And let's continue. KOTOR 31. We just got to Dantooine. Recruited the Mandalorians that were here. Here were the ruins of the Starforge, Star map from the first game. And there are some mercenaries. Let's talk to Mandalore.
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you know anything about this work?
I know Dantooine all too well. The Jedi had a secret enclave here. It wasn't secret enough. Sith forces attacked it during the war. It used to be a simple farm world. I don't know how it's changed since then. Now is there something else you needed?
Never mind. Okay, sensor, search. Okay. Let's switch companions, remove him, and let's add someone that I need influence with him, like HK.
Yes, Master.
Let's talk to the mercenaries.
Smells like another salvager's come to our camp. Vacate, Mudlicker. Don't make me tell you again.
Ease off, Nalick. There's better sport than this one.
I don't need help to take out a Mudlicker. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Persuade. Like your friend said, I'm not a salvager, I'm a warrior, like yourself.
You fighting any wars? I fought in the Jedi Civil War. I guess you don't look like much of a salvager.
Which side were you on in the war?
Sides don't matter much. We're all soldiers. Most of us mercenaries worked with the Sith. Not too many Republic soldiers survived the war.
Why did you want to fight me?
I thought you were one of those useless salvagers. Or perhaps an uppity settler. I've had about enough of their attitude. So I figured blasting one of them would have done me some good. It's been a while since we've had work.
What are you mercenaries up to?
You were a soldier too, so you know I'm not gonna answer you.
Boss Persuade, you want to answer my question.
I want to answer your question. Oh, my head. I don't know for sure. I hear rumors. I heard we got a secret job working with some powerful organization. No one tells me who. I know we're planning an attack soon, but I don't know against who. They aren't too far, though, because we're expecting to attack soon.
Any hint or who you're attacking?
We're preparing to attack soon, so they have to be in this sector of the galaxy. They've been very quiet about who the enemy is. I don't feel so well. I feel dizzy. I gotta go now.
Okay, let's talk to this guy. Safe.
You've wandered into the wrong camp. You got the look of a warrior, and we got all the blasters we need. If you're looking for work too, just take a trip spaceward. We don't need any more competition. Got it?
What do you think about Dantooine?
It's just another spaceport to me. We've been here too long for my tastes. And the settlers.
Why choose Dantooine as your base?
We have to live somewhere. Something those settlers don't seem to understand. That flaming administrator and her cath hound Zeron can't keep their noses out of our business. There's a natural order to things that they just don't seem to get. They'll learn.
What are you planning to do?
Just make sure these settlers know their place. The Republic isn't going to send a single trainee to help this planet.
What about the settlers?
It galls me to think we fought wars to protect Gizka like them. They don't do anything to help themselves, and they don't know how to take responsibility. They're on their own, and either they should start working and stop whining, or else they're in for a tough ride.
What do you think about the administrator?
She's got spirit, but she seems to focus most of her effort on trying to get us off this planet. Terena has to learn that we aren't moving.
Can you talk about something else?
I have time to kill, and talking about Dantooine just irritates me.
You've been making trouble for the settlers.
What if we do? They're practically begging to be pushed around. You've seen them, right? They're weak.
They're also pathetic. I think you have the right idea.
You're really not so bad, you know? They make our life difficult. They need to learn respect for those with superior strength.
Tell me about the mercenaries.
Most of us are veterans of the Jedi Civil War. Some even fought in the Mandalorian Wars. A lot of soldiers have been looking for a place in the galaxy. The really skilled usually wind up here.
Who's your leader?
A Sentient by the name of Azkul. He was an elite trooper for Malak during the Jedi Civil War. He knows how to wage war.
Why haven't you been able to line up a job?
We had a contract with the Republic, doing some work in the Outer Rim. But they scaled back, and we were some of the casualties. Now the Republic isn't hiring anymore. I hear they have no credits.
So what do you do when you're between jobs?
We find ways to divert ourselves. A lot of us find odd jobs. There are many more mercs around than what you see on Dantooine. We're spread out.
Can you talk about something else? Nothing for now, okay. Khoonda Plains. Let's go over here. Check this out. Darla, Salvager, Rallon. Here's the Jedi Enclave. Okay, let's talk to Rallon.
Oh, a visitor comes to our delightful salvager camp. We are honored. Do you come bringing your credits and curiosity?
Carrot and curiosity, are you selling something?
Am I that transparent to you? Apparently this is so. I am Rallon, known throughout this camp for the many artifacts of value that I have uncovered. An expert, this is certain. A question I pose to you, traveler. Do you wish to buy one of the most elusive of all Jedi artifacts? A powerful Jedi holocron?
You found the holocron. I'm impressed.
You flatter me, traveler. It was a good day when I found this holocron. But you are lucky, for I will sell it to you for a low price. I ask a mere 1,000 credits for this rare find. This is not a matter of negotiation. You should buy it quickly before others come.
Can I inspect the holocron? Maybe it's broken.
I assure you it isn't. I will show it to you presently. As you can see, it is in fine shape. A real bargain at a mere 1,000 credits.
This is a remarkable fake, but it's not even worth the time you've wasted describing it.
How did you know? Well, I never unload this accursed thing. This isn't my fault. You can't blame me.
How isn't this your fault?
This forgery has passed through several hands in this camp. I am merely the latest victim. I wish to abandon this dung heap.
I thought this was a delightful camp.
Be serious. Any sentient with scent glands can tell that this is the garbage pit of Dantooine.
So you didn't make this?
No, of course not. Another salvager sold it to me. and he bought it from another one before him. When there were more salvagers, incidents like this were common. But now there are few of us and I'm stuck with this garbage. There's no way I can make it home to my family and children.
Awareness, I doubt you even have a wife.
You with all your observations. I'm not going to talk to you about the holocron anymore. So, what should we talk about?
Can you tell me about the planet?
There isn't much to see around here. The planet is very lightly populated by settlers, mercenaries, and us.
What are the settlers like?
They want nothing to do with us. The only thing they want is part of our profits. And now that salvaging is running out, I doubt they will tolerate our presence much longer.
What are the mercenaries doing on the terrain?
I don't know nor care. They're trouble, but fortunately they ignore us. When they're looking for work, they mainly bother the settlers.
What are the settlers like?
They want nothing to do with us. The only thing they want is part of our profits. And now that salvaging is running out, I doubt they will tolerate our presence much longer.
I have to go.
Ah, the traveler has returned. I hope the So,
Tell me about the planet, salvagers, mercenaries. What can you tell me about the salvagers?
we come from many different planets, drawn to the rumors of fortune. I believe the early salvagers did make some credits, but latecomers like myself barely find anything. Early salvagers said that the ruins were mostly empty to begin with. Many think that the administrator didn't allow us to salvage until her people were done with it.
I have to go.
Tapele gathered a group to go to the sub-level. They're probably all gonna get killed.
Let's talk to Darala.
You a new salvager? Or one of those Khoonda cantina rats coming here to complain?
I guess I'm a salvager, technically.
Well, we don't need another one. Look around this camp. We got the salvaging more than covered. I'm gonna give you some advice. Turn back. There's nothing you're gonna find.
I'm going to the ruins. I've come a long way.
If you're not going to listen to anybody, maybe you can help me out. The only place that has anything is the sub-level. And only a couple of fools have gone there. And they're now dead fools. I'd like to do the decent thing and get their bodies and put them to rest. That hole isn't a fit place for a salvager. So, if you find a couple human corpses down there, just grab their gear and their bodies. I'll pay you 500 credits for each of them.
Awareness, that seems unusually generous of you.
Well, us salvagers that are still here have to stick together.
What do you do around here?
I've been here the longest, and I'll be here last. I buy Jedi salvage from the ruins. Slow business now, but I get by.
Who do you sell it to?
Sometimes I sell them to visitors like yourself. Besides, that's none of your flaming business.
Can I see what Jedi artifacts you have for sale?
You should have let me know you're a customer instead of letting me think you're some disease-ridden salvager. Let me show you what I've got.
Okay, Jedi Night Robe, Jedi Dark Knight, Jedi Robe Crystal, Critical Threat Chance, Stone. Let's get this. Viridian, blue, green, yellow, red, violet. Let's buy some violet one, so purple lightsaber. And deflection, energy, massive criticals. Let's buy this. Beam. Deflection, massive criticals. We'll buy this one. Okay, that is for now. I got some journal entry. Goes to West. Dalara says you the most valuable of the remaining salvages in the lowest sub-level. The upper level aren't worth searching anymore. She told you the two salvagers died in the sub-level and she'd like to get a hold of their bodies as personal articles to put them to rest. And relics of the past. There are probably some Jedi artifacts that are still buried under the ruins of the Jedi Enclave on Tatooine. Dylan said you need to get permission from Mr. Adara to visit her. Okay, let's go get permission. This planet is a bit small, I think. Not much to explore. This in the upper level. This is blocked. In the first game there was a lot more to explore here. Okay, so let's go to Khoonda. Let's hide my lightsaber. Don't want to think that I'm a lightsaber before I reveal it myself. Side entrance, garage entrance. Who are you?
What do you want now?
Tell me about the administrator.
She was the agricultural administrator of Dantooine. After the Sith attacked, she kept us together. Without her, the only thing you'd see around here would be mercenaries.
Why are there so many mercenaries here?
We'd had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries even before the Jedi Civil War. The Jedi helped clear most of the problem up, but after the war, many soldiers from both sides of the conflict became mercenaries. And since we're so far from the core, some started gathering.
You mean Revan helped clear them out? Do they cause any trouble?
The difference between an out-of-work mercenary and a bandit is just a vibra-blade's edge. The only thing we can prove they've done is intimidate a few farmers. The farmers give them goods, money, food, or whatever just to stay on their good side. The only one that isn't scared of them is the administrator. There have also been a lot of disappearances recently, and not all of them can be blamed on Kath hounds. But nobody can prove the mercenaries are responsible.
Who was disappeared?
A farmer here and there, or a family. We lost enough people during the war that keeping the Kath hound and Kinrath populations under control hasn't been possible. So there are a lot of animal attacks. Some deaths, too. So the disappearances might be just coincidence, but a lot of the stubborn folks seem to be more accident-prone.
I'll be going.
I heard a rumor that the administrator met with a Jedi. If that's true, I'll quit. And I'll work for someone else.
Let's see what's around here. If we go around here, like this, some credits. This is the shopkeeper.
Sorry, this door is blocked off. Hey, get away from that door! The last time somebody messed with it, it was locked down for months before.
Thought I could unlock it. Okay. Let's go from the main entrance, Khoonda. Let's see what's going on here. This place is big.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. Well, you remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
I still don't believe it.
You should. My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Khoonda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
Receptionist.
Welcome to Khoonda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask.
Where is the administrator?
Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like.
Why does he think I'm a salvager?
You're not. The only heavily armed people that visit us are either salvagers or mercenaries. And you don't look quite gritty enough to be a mercenary.
Well, what do you have in Khoonda?
The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant and Zeron, the leader of our militia. Akere is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components.
Yeah, I saw him outside. Well, I can find a weapon shop.
Just go to the central corridor and make a right. His shop is the first on the right.
Why would I need to see Zeron?
If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy.
Recent problems like what?
The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too.
Could you get into more detail?
No, I couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron.
What exactly is Khoonda?
We hope it will become the new center of government for the settlers. The administrator has been trying to organize us in the wake of the Jedi Civil War.
It's not a very big building for a central government.
We're a small group of settlers on the edge of Republic space. The building isn't large, but it's only the beginning.
Something
Certainly.
else? Okay, let's go.
A lot of people here hate Jedi. But when they were here, they tried helping us. I don't blame them.
Are you waiting for the administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here.
Why not?
Khoonda's like a droid without its power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
What exactly is your problem?
Salvagers are the problem. They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices.
I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren.
But I can't farm without my equipment.
The salvagers stole your equipment.
Well, yes and no. I brought my moisture vaporator to Khoonda to be serviced. On the way back to my farm, I took a shortcut next to the Enclave ruins. Damn Lagrix came out of nowhere. I had to run before they made a meal of me. When I returned to retrieve my equipment, the salvagers had already stripped it bare.
Are you sure it's a salvager?
My farm is the closest to the Enclave ruins. It has to be someone nearby, and if the mercenaries wanted it, they'd just take it in broad daylight. The closest place besides that is the salvager camp, so it has to be them. You ever met one of them? Thievery wouldn't be too far a stretch for any of them. The other day I had to take a shot at one of them. Soon someone is going to get killed, and Dantooine has enough trouble without that.
What did they steal?
A lot of farming equipment. It's not even valuable, just important for the moisture vaporators and hydroprocessors. The thief must be desperate for credits.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager.
If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful.
I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you.
If you want my help, we have to cough up more copy of dusty old war trophies. See what I can do.
That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
Okay, so fifth catching. Soloro is a war veteran. Stop before it comes to bloodshed, okay. Another side quest.
The salvagers keep coming here and bothering the militia. That Garavik is the worst. If it weren't for the Jedi, we'd be a prosperous community. They brought us nothing but trouble.
Zeron keeps goading the mercenaries. I think he should let the little
Okay. Garavik.
Your luck is not of the hapless settler. You are the newcomer that lands in a battered ship. Yes. No friendly greetings are here for you.
What are you doing in Khoonda?
I come here to speak to the militia and make them understand a truth. Something of mine they have in their possession. It's very unwise to stand in my way. I am done being inconvenienced by you. Another interruption. You must not have heard
Okay. Another chamber.
who I am. Waste another's time.
The chamber is locked. Security doors is locked. Private chamber is locked. Security chamber, this is locked. Okay. This is droid station, workbench, storage, medical. Let's explore this place a bit. Because this is the headquarters. Before I go in,
The administrator's the only hope we have. Without her, the settlers would just squabble amongst themselves like they used to.
let's go here. Serun Modrul.
What brings you to Khoonda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help. I just hope you aren't here about Garavik.
Who are you?
Well, call me a defective protocol droid. Manners, right. I'm Barun Modrul. I'm Captain Zeron's right-hand man. I help run the militia here. Well, that makes it sound more important than I am. Zeron takes a hands-on role in running the militia. If you have any real trouble, you'd have to go to him anyway.
It's been a hand-on's a good thing?
This is sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing, but the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's gonna fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work. But Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room.
With some people, if you give them a little room, they take a lot more.
Dantooine has had mercenaries on it for years. I've talked with some, and they're not unreasonable. There's gotta be some sort of compromise we can both live with.
Most people seem to think the mercenaries are up to something.
We haven't been able to prove the mercenaries have done anything terribly wrong. And I believe them. I don't think they're involved. The Calfhounds and Kinrath are everywhere. It's just dangerous. I think we should be working on getting along. It's hard to follow orders that have you make things worse.
Persuade. The attitude is dangerous. When you're outnumbered on a hostile world, you've got to stay a team.
That's a good way of looking at it. I may not agree with the captain, but I guess I should make everyone fall in line. I still worry that he may provoke the mercenaries into something more dangerous. But I suppose he may know something I don't. Thanks.
Seems like Dantooine has a lot of trouble.
I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept up.
Sounds like you don't approve of Zeron.
This is... the thing...
Okay. It does sound like a good situation. What does Advanced talk to him about?
Maybe.
About it?
It's hard to say. They meet a lot, but it seems to me they let each other alone for the most part. I'm sure there's a lot going on with the militia. It's tricky. You see, I also...
Okay, what makes you suspicious?
Just a lot of little things don't add up. It could just be a surprise party. But so if you happen to find something out like that, we should probably talk about something else.
I've got a question about the other people in the settlement.
I'll tell you anything that...
I want to visit the ruins of the Jedi Enclave.
You should see Administrator Adare about that. She'll be able to set you up. You're not a typical salvager, so...
Wonder if you know about Solobo's problem.
Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulu's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found.
And to visit the ruins, I'm looking for atmosphere sensors for Sade.
I don't know what Sadie is up to. He's working directly with Zeron on that investigation. Sorry, I can't help.
Wonder if you know anything about Solo's problem. I had a Jedi around here.
I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about Jedi around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation.
Revan,
I try to stay
game.
out of it though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become...
Do you know if the rumor is true?
Maybe. Although I don't know why a Jedi would come back here. The only reason why people ever came here before...
Doing what's right isn't always popular.
Easy to say for someone that doesn't live here. I'd rather grab an unshielded power coupling than get involved in that debate. The militia's...
Persuade, if a good man say nothing, then the dark side triumphs.
You're not wrong there. For what good it'll do, if it comes up, I'll say what I think is right. You happy? I hope so. You may be my only friend in a few days. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other...
I'm looking for an atmospheric sensor, something else. I'll be going.
All right.
Another journal entry. Change the guard. Adum Lamp.
Doci monas runta. Posoma britošniki tuk tuk. Posoma britošniki tuk tuk. Posoma britošniki.
What's your mission?
Hoshman funi wado de kutam. Hoshman funi wado de. Insoranaka megunso.
Let me see what you're selling. Let me have some questions.
Dawanga no.
How long have you been here?
Barachi no. Jenish mela. Barachi.
What do you know about the mercenaries?
Barachi no sukankato.
Well armed, nice banter. You try the same line on everyone.
Dawanga nochi.
Why are so many kinaf and calfhounds around?
Bararanta miki sikosos. Posoma dokini kamare. Ralikinite.
Actually, I'd like to see what you have in stock.
Chuta.
Padawan robes, light, Domoyan, Sith, Warsaw, Crystal, Wisdom and Charisma. Let's buy this. Mandalorian Reaper. A weapon similar to the disruptor belonged to Jigger Wave, a bounty hunter who plagued the Republic years ago. 47 Mandalorian were executed for being until sighted decline. It's the type of disruptor. This weapon ignores most potential energy shields. Zabarak, Heavy, Mandalorian, Sith. Size stage. Also good then. More bowcaster. Rifle, multicaster. Attack bonus. Safe. Fast for strength. Plus 2 damage physical. Attack. Computer, security. Computer and security is good. I think I shall buy this. And also I will buy Sith power gloves. This is plus 2 dexterity and wisdom. Plus 2 dexterity, okay. This is best for her. To these robes.
Ready to serve.
Plus 3 strength I could give to Hanha. Okay, private chamber. Locked. This is Zeron. Private chamber. Security door. Let's talk to Darren. Alicia. Tane Adara. Safe.
A visitor. Please, come in. Welcome to Khoonda. I am Administrator Turina Adari. You're the owner of the, ship that just landed?
The ship is one of the fastest in the galaxy.
I meant no disrespect at all. It is in fact a remarkable vessel. And unless I'm much mistaken, that's the Ebon Hawk. That vessel has been on Dantooine before, during the war. That was a Jedi vessel.
Don't tell me you want to collect the bounty.
Of course not. I'm trying to stabilize an entire planet. An exchange bounty, no matter how abundant, is little use in that endeavor. But if a Jedi were here, that would best be kept secret. Right or wrong, our settlers blame the Jedi and their hidden enclave for their suffering. I remember the old Jedi Masters and the considerable help they lent to Dantooine. I still maintain discreet connections with Jedi. I suppose your arrival here is no coincidence.
What do you mean by that?
My friend, let's just call him Vrook. We've known each other for many years,
Vrook.
And our continued friendship could create
Fucking
many
bitch.
problems in the current political climate. He came to Dantooine not too long ago. He was looking into something quite important. He's gone missing recently. Did he send for you in case something went wrong?
That's a red lie. He sent for me. He said you'd fill me in the situation when he arrived. Master Vrook was here. What happened to him? Vrook? Oh, I'd like to see him. He didn't send for me. Let's try to lie a bit. He sent for me. To be manipulative.
We need the skills of the
Yeah.
Jedi more than ever. He was helping investigate Azkul and his mercenaries. But he had his own errand to run in the Enclave. Jedi business of some sort. He went into the sublevel, which isn't without its dangers. And he hasn't returned.
What are the dangers of the sublevel?
Like many parts of Dantooine, the sublevel of the Enclave has become infested with dangerous creatures. Large, vicious insects called Lagrex have made the sublevel their home. Several salvagers have reportedly been injured or killed by the Lagrex. I would expect a Jedi to fare better against the creatures than the salvagers. But Vrook has not returned in some time. I'm starting to fear the worst. Would you be willing to go to the ruins of the Enclave to look for him?
I actually came here to search for the Enclave ruins anyway.
This could work to both of our advantage. You can search for artifacts for your own interest, and also for Vrook at the same time. I will have one of the militia transmit permissions to the Enclave's security door. Go expecting danger, for you will most certainly find it there. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
What was Master Vrook doing for you?
He was investigating the mercenaries for us. We've been increasingly concerned about them. Their behavior has always been antagonistic, but recently they've been behaving differently. Vrook was investigating this when he disappeared. We were counting on any hard intelligence he could provide. Our other assets have been unavailable recently. If you find any information on the mercenaries during your stay on our planet, please report it to Zeron or myself.
Can you tell me anything more?
I believe I've told you everything I can. Please find and rescue Vrook.
Boone believes that Zoran is up to something.
I have no doubt that Baroon means well, but I have every confidence in Zoran. I would ask you to ignore anything Baroon asked of you. He doesn't see the full scope.
What's going on?
I realize that I'm asking you for help, but you must also know that I am the head of this nominal government. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to divulge all information to you.
I have evidence that Zoran's actions are in danger in Khoonda. What must have work doing for you? Is there any work that I can do?
There are plenty of opportunities to assist people on Dantooine. Too many, I'm afraid. I would go to the militia headquarters and make your intentions known there. Besides that, just listen and ask around.
Do people of Dantooine really hate the Jedi?
To most people in the galaxy, the distinction between Sith and Jedi is a blurry one, especially since most Sith were once Jedi. It is complicated by the fact that Malak and Revan were great heroes of the Republic and famed Jedi Knights. But a few years later, they were leading an armada which threatened everyone. And here on Dantooine, the Jedi Enclave provoked a brutal occupation by the Sith. It could have been far worse, but even now the damage has not been fully mended.
Can anything be done about it?
I don't think everyone hates Jedi. If just a few people changed their minds or spoke up, it could make a great deal of difference. I think that we need the help of the Jedi. If the Jedi's reputation isn't redeemed, the consequences could be quite regrettable. Until then...
What can you tell me about the people of Dantooine?
Who do you want to know about? There are 3 groups of people on the planet right now. The settlers, salvagers, and the mercenaries.
What do you know about the settlers?
Dantooine is one of the younger worlds of the Republic. A couple of generations ago, this world was still untamed. We made great progress, in no small part due to the Jedi. But recently, we have been losing ground. During the war, the most prominent settler families either fled or were executed by the Sith. Losing their resources and the Jedi was too great a loss. But now we are organizing and starting to truly work together. Once we achieve that...
Okay, awareness. You don't seem convinced by that.
No, I suppose I'm not. We need the Republic and always have. We aren't self-sufficient yet and we need aid. The fate of the Telos project is intimately tied to our own. The most humanitarian elements of the Senate have put their careers at stake in the rebuilding of Telos. If those efforts succeed, their prominence will grow and further aid will be given freely. But if they fail, there are colder, more authoritative elements in the Senate that could come to power. They would think nothing of leaving the strategically unimportant worlds to their own devices. That would be a tragic day for Dantooine and many other worlds. The Republic is in flux. Its final shape is uncertain.
What is Salvagers doing on Dantooine?
They are a necessary inconvenience. Money has been a great concern to us, ever since the Sandrals and Matalays were removed during the Jedi.
Matale boy!
The agricultural exports we produce just cover basic maintenance. To expand and prosper, we needed credits, so we had to exploit a valuable resource we had. It was not a decision lightly made, and even then we couldn't do the work ourselves. Too dangerous, and every settler matters on our small world. So we opened the door to enterprising salvagers. The salvagers you see now are the last remnants of that force. The tithe we took from their claims sustains what semblance of government you see now.
What are we going to do when the ruins are empty?
We plan on using those credits to improve production and protect our world. We have enough to sustain ourselves until more prosperous times.
Are you coexist happily with them?
We tolerate their presence because we must, and they generally follow our laws. But their time is almost over. The Jedi Enclave's sublevel is the only place left with reasonable salvage, and it has too many dangers for them. The salvagers aren't warriors. Generally, they are out-of-work miners or cast-off.
What are we going to do when the ruins are empty? I'd like to know what are settled. What about the mercenaries?
Mercenaries have been a problem for Dantooine since the end of the Mandalorian Wars. When the Jedi Enclave was here, they were firmly kept in check. But now, relations are uneasy between us. Their leader, Azkul, was a Sith trooper during the war, and I have no doubt he was very good at his job. Until they find work, tensions will grow. If you want to know more, I suggest you talk with Baroon in the militia headquarters. He would have more details.
And something else. I'll be going. Talk to Baroon.
Hello there. Yeah.
I might cause some trouble for you, of my own, actually.
I see. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go over the militia rules then. Khoonda and the Salvager camp are under militia protection, so a friendly scuffle is all right. But if any blasters are drawn, there'll be hell to pay. But if you buy some Jedi trinket and you're not satisfied, I'd stay away from the mercenary camp. We've had difficulties with them. We don't patrol or investigate there anymore. Follow the rules, and we don't have... All right.
Let's talk to Mr. Big Daddy. Zeron.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it?
Neither one.
I see. Well, what's your reason for coming to militia headquarters?
Just exploring and to know people. I want to see if anyone needs my hand. I'm looking for information.
You could pick worse places to look for that. Baroon is normally the one to go with questions, but I can answer a few things for you. If you're interested, I might have some work for you, too. You want something?
What sort of work do you have?
I've seen a lot of visitors come through Khoonda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Khoonda plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it.
How much is the reward?
2,000 credits.
With so few settlers' lives are so much important than credits.
I agree with you, but I don't barter.
Why is this place so overrun with Kinrath?
Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the... Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart.
How dangerous is it? What do you know about the cave?
We used some explosives to seal a cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance. I know there are crystals in there too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credit. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find.
Okay, let's see what I can do.
That's all I can ask. You want
something? I want to talk about the salvagers claim.
I'll tell you what I tell all those grubby salvagers. No body, no claim. I'm no longer even looking at wills or credit notes, and if you think that's gruesome, then go space yourself.
I look for the salvager's body.
The Enclave sublevel is dangerous. I'd stay out of there if I were you. Going after those bodies isn't worth it. You want...
What's Garovic connection to the militia?
Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable haul the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garovic says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garovic ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want?
Baron asked me to investigate you.
He did he? What's this about?
He's concerned that you might provoke the mercenaries.
I know we don't agree on this, but he's crossing a line. He lives in his sheltered settler world. He doesn't know what some people are capable of. So he's asked you to go looking into what I'm up to. If I didn't need every last man here.
I think he's wrong and I think I can help you.
Appreciate. Alright, I can use your help. But you can't tell anyone. There's a mercenary captain near what's left of the Jedi Enclave's courtyard. His name is Dopak. Just tell him that I said, go ahead. That's all. You have questions, but it's like this conversation never happened, got it? We can talk.
Changing the guard, you convince everyone to trust you. Drop it to my mercenary camp. Your militia Khoonda. Cave dwelling, redemption. Lost in the shadows.
It's you again. You want...
Can you ask me some general questions?
You really should.
How is the militia doing?
There aren't more than a dozen of us, and there's too many problems. People keep hoping that the Republic sends help.
I don't know about the administrator.
She's smart. She gets things done. The whole place would fall apart without her. Dantooine isn't the center of much anything. Our most talented people sometimes leave. Hard for someone to stay a farmer when they have the itch to do something great. So we're lucky the administrator never went elsewhere. I bet she'd make a decent...
Could you tell me more about Khoonda?
It's our home. Might be the start of an honest capital someday. Right now, it's not much more than a swoop bike stop.
How do you feel about the mercenaries?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Okay, something else. I'll be going. Okay.
Hello there.
I'll be going.
All right.
Another interruption. You must not have...
Southeastern. To go all the way around. I think I see a cave over here. Crystal cave. Before I go there, let's do some other things. Let's go to the Enclave courtyard. Dopak. Let's talk to Dopak. Save.
I don't suppose you're here to hire us. It's been a long time.
Do you know anything about the thief?
I know about the thief. The amount of noise the settlers have made over that thief, you'd think he stole their whole planet. Before you ask, I have no idea who the thief is. It's not one of us. If we wanted something that bad, we'd just take it.
I heard you've been making trouble with settlers. Let's save before I do this.
I don't suppose...
I have a message for you for Zeron.
What does the militia have to say to us? Any of our men get into trouble?
He says... You know what this is about. Zeron wouldn't tell me.
If he didn't tell you, I won't either. Could you...
He says go ahead.
I think that Zeron is 3 cards short of a Pazak deck. You can tell him you've delivered your message. Thanks. Now get out of here. I don't suppose you're...
The Traveler has... So,
Can you know anything about the thief?
you should talk to Durala. I've told her everything I know. I believe that the thief has to be living in the sub-level, because every place else has been visited. I didn't get a clear look at the thief. It was dark and the ruins...
Okay, let's talk to Dorala.
What? Who is that? Oh, it's you. You go down into the sub-levels yet?
I'd like to talk about the dead salvagers. I'd like to see what you're selling. Have you seen anything of the thief around here?
Don't tell me that flaming Solru sent you. I went over all this with Zeron. We've been hit by the flaming thief more than he has. Every other night it seems we find something missing. And it's not like we have much. We keep asking Zeron to help us, but he sends us... So the thief keeps coming from the ruins or whatever hole he lives in and taking what's ours. If we ever catch him...
What do you think the thief is?
The only guess I've heard is it's a mercenary that's been kicked out. Most of them leave us alone. They focus most of their attention on the settlers.
I haven't tried to tell Soloro.
I hear he's planning to shoot anybody that goes on his farm. I'm just glad we're not the only people suffering. Maybe if he moans enough, the militia will...
The thief comes from the ruins?
That's our best guess. Sneaky as sin, but Raylon caught a glance of him that way. We keep hoping the Legrex finish the thief off, but that would be far... If you haven't met Raylon, though, he's not... reliable. He's in the camp if you want to talk to...
I'm going to the ruins. I've come a long way.
If you must.
I'll be going. Let's talk to Raylon.
The Traveler has... So,
You know nothing about the thief?
you should talk to... There is...
Okay, I have to go.
Do you feel it? The wound on this world. It is centered.
Yes, I feel it.
If we succeed in gathering the Jedi, they will come to this place. And if those Jedi are slain, then all that remains of the Order shall be drawn here as well.
When would this happen?
We will know when the time comes, and I hope our enemies do not.
Diagnostic? For some reason, I cannot fire. Obvious statement. This was not an alarmed embarrassment.
There's some... nice experience. Very nice experience.
Ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
The door is upper level, trying to wand open, judged by the damage of the exterior, it's completely caved in. So I can't go to the enclave from here to go to the other way. Void memory.
Ready.
Dexterity, repair, attack against void, defense, +2 attack, +2 intelligence, +2 constitution, +2 attack. This is a lot better.
To serve.
Who are we missing? We're one off.
We're missing Joran. I don't see Joran.
That runt of a cat hound, he's the one with the backpack. Did anybody grab anything from the room? Anybody? What do you want?
I'm heading for the ruins of the enclave.
You won't find anything there except on the lowest sublevel, and there you'll only find death. Lagreks are everywhere.
What can you tell me about the Lagreks?
Nothing. Find out for yourself. I'm not interested in training the competition. Now, if you don't mind, we're going someplace you can't eavesdrop on us, and get down to our business.
Find them, fuck off. Okay. I think that is enough for this time. Let's save. Okay, I need to delete this. Keywords on team 32. Okay, thank you very much for watching. In this episode we dabbled a lot in the local politics of Khoonda and Dantooine, and in the next one we're gonna explore the ruins. So, see you then, bye bye.